Hey guys, Savat here, aka Doompiggy, and I'm back with another Eve Echoes video. I'm on an interesting screen right now as we start. I'm actually in my Nereus Hauling ship, and I kind of wanted to test this out today. There has been changes with the patch that make the warp speed and alignment much faster. So that's going to be the first thing that we take a look at. Now, my fittings for the ship I did show in the last video, but in case you didn't see it, I do run just 3 of these basic inertial stabilizers. And for rigs, I have 3 of the Hyperspatial Velocity Optimizer 3, which increases my warp speed. So I went ahead and picked up a mission in this thing already. And we're going to go ahead and start it. It's going to be about 5 jumps away. And I want to see about how long it takes us to do this. So before, when I was doing these, one of the things about the hard tier missions in this ship is no one's really using the tier 9 blueprints as of yet. So I'm holding on to a lot of them. Maybe they'll come into their own. Maybe the pricing will increase on them. But for now, not so much. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Well, one of the things I want to look at here is I want to kind of see its navigation. 4.2, warp time is 11.27. What am I... Well, we'll have to find out what I'm getting. It's supposed to be 100, so it should be 8.4. Now, with the 8.4 warp time, I heard the alignment time was improved as well, but I didn't see it. Alright, so we're still in stealth. There it goes. Yeah, so without hitting
Warp
anything,
drive active.
it still takes a hot minute to actually get up and go. That's fine. Oh yeah, this warp speed, it's not even hitting max before I get to the next one. There are going to be some longer areas though. Now if you are manually flying this ship with the inertia stabilizers, how it said 11 point something I believe on there, we're going to take a look at that in just a second. Alright, that starts up. When you activate the one of those, it drops down to 7.12. 8.4. So if you do want to manually do this, you can activate one of these at each gate and pretty much cycle them over and over again. And it'll help you align a lot quicker, ultimately getting to your destination a whole lot faster. What does this mean? Well, this means anybody that's doing this hauling and trying to collect stuff is going to be able to get, well, I would say about double the amount of requests in. Now the problem with those double amount of requests is the requests actually have to be there. This ship I actually use after I finish my combat missions or in between some of my combat missions, and I'll see one and I'll grab it and I'll pick it up and do it. There have been times where I've hit the combat mission refresh on the news board and I haven't seen any appear. So they're not guaranteed to appear every single time unless there's been some type of update that's going to assure they do arrive. Yeah, so this thing gets up and goes now. All ships in high sec are going to get up and go though. That plus 100% in high sec is going to be amazing, especially on your faster frigates. You're going to have things doing 10 to 15 AUs. I hear as well that there is the transport ships they put in are going to be up to like 6.5 AUs or something like that. Don't quote me on that one. It's just what I heard. I haven't actually checked it out. I guess we could take a look at it here though.
Warp drive active.
Shuttles. Yeah, 6.5 AU. So those things are going to definitely be another way if you're just trying to get around from point A to point B. So they still don't drop you right on the station, so you do have to wait for it to approach there, and this thing is slow. But all in all, much, much quicker. Confirm, confirm, nope. Oh, it did put it... Oh, I guess that's another one of the changes that they did. They have it now where... Wait, no? I'm confused. Okay, they don't have it. I know ore gets moved into the correct bay. This still does not. I was excited there for a second that it was automatically going to put that in for me. But that is not the case. Alright, let's hit the inertia stabilizer. And off we go. Man, it has a long time outside of the station to go.
Warp drive active.
After the station, though, every other one looks like it's pretty quick comparatively. So we'll now have 4 jumps to our next destination. I still think if you're going to be space trucking for the more recent time, you're probably going to want to stay with the advanced missions. They're definitely going to give you more potential better money for your trips. However,
Warp drive active.
with the Tier 9 and Tier 7 blueprints that you can get from this one, there's some potential to make some money and to stockpile to make some money in the future. I showed last time one of the main things you actually get are some of those heavy drones. So you get, well, large drones. And a lot of the Tier 9 large drones, along with a lot of the Tier 9 other types of drones as well. So if you get those, start stockpiling those whenever Tier 9 is about to drop, start putting those on the market, people are going to be wanting their drones, especially their next level. Now that's all going to depend on whether or not storyline drones have come out since then or not. If they put out faction drones and storyline drones, and well, then all of those blueprints are going to be utterly useless for the most part. But at the way it's looking with the drones and them not getting any type of the advanced gear, then these Tier 9 blueprints might actually be worth something when we come across Tier 9. Now, what type of wait time are you looking on that? Well, I'm going to the wrong place. Skills. I am not a day 1 player. I am very close to started within the first week. And I have had my my full plus 75 with all of my implants within that first week as well. And I've got 104 days and 17 hours left. So, it's over 3 months? That's insane.
Warp drive active.
So you're looking at December, January, February, pretty much the end of February, March, when we're going to be hitting that. So March of 2021, we're going to have access to our first battleships and all the T9 goodness. So that's why I say, I mean, you can do some of these runs sometimes. I mean, they do give 805,000, but again, with the rigs invested in this ship as is right now, I spent a little over 200 million outfitting it. So, do you want to spend 200 million on something that's not going to have anywhere close to immediate return? Again, that depends. If you are going to continue to do those advanced missions with it, you can get a little bit more money out of that. And also, I mean, if you've just got the disposable income hanging around, want to try it out, just have something you can do passively, this is a good way to do it. Especially with the speed increases now. Now, what are my concerns about the speed increases? If more people do start doing this and stockpiling those blueprints, And then even stockpiling them, they're not going to be worth nothing. Everyone's going to have so many of them. Let's go back home. So yeah, if everybody's doing this and there's just going to be a abundance of all these blueprints available at that time, then it might not be worth anything at all. So that's my thoughts on it and my opinions. I don't know if I can recommend doing this as your main source of income or even an alternative source of decent income. So far from what I've seen, most of the time I'm not getting anything really worth it. Let's see, I think I actually had, yeah, got some drones that I put up, and when I put this up they were more than 3 million. I think it was 6 days I was at this, so 2 maybe 3 days ago, and it hasn't sold at all, so that means that price dipped down for those blueprints within that time frame. So that was just a straight up loss of money on that. I thought I might be able to get something out of there, but no, alas. Let's see.
Warp drive active.
These ships themselves, though, I really don't like the look of them. I think they look pretty, dumb. I do like a lot of the heavy industrial ships, the ones that carry on ores and ship parts. I think they look pretty cool. This ship, though, nah, not my speed. But I guess if I ever did want to do contracts, as long as I'm sticking to high sec, I'd be okay.
Warp
Not
drive
much
active.
of a low sec space trucker. I do know if you are going to be a space trucker going through low and null sec, especially null sec, low sec you're pretty much safe. I mean, if you're just jumping from gate to gate, there's really nothing that anyone can do. I guess they could try to attack you, but most likely they're going to get gunned down by the gate guns, at least in the current state of the game. But if you go out to null or even dip your big toe in there, you are a big juicy target. They want to know what's in that cargo hold. And with bubbles and everything else, better be scouting, that's all I gotta say. Make it ult. Have the ult have a frigate that drives in front of you. Scout out all your areas before you go there. Find alternate routes, so in case you do have to double back, you have another way you can get there. And I guess the best advice I could give is just bring friends. The more friends you have to protect yourself, better your loot's gonna be. But I guess in that case, you're probably splitting any type of loot that you get with the friends. Okay, so we're back at home. Let's go ahead and open up that case and see what we managed to get. God, I gotta clean this out. Just got so much garbage. Here we go. Great, a Mark 9 Alkalite blueprint. This is a light recon drone, dealing mainly EM damage. Ooh. Not gonna be worth very much of anything. I think I already had some of those laying around. It's Mark 7, Mark 9. No, I guess I didn't have any Mark 9s. What are they selling for right now? 440,000? Yeah, not much. Not much at all. So, 800,000 plus you got some drone blueprints. The blueprints might be good if you're trying to stockpile them so you and your friends can use them later. Their price may go up once the closer tier 9 gets. The tier 7 ones, though, are still not worth that much, but they are worth something. So if you are wanting to stockpile, you can they're like loot boxes. You can get some of the rare drops out of there and make a good chunk of money. But that's pretty much it for that ship. I like the new speed changes. They're pretty good. Now I also heard rats and missions are going to be moving slower. Let's see. Oh, and to everybody, I did upgrade to the C-type heat sinks. So I bought 3 of them. I think one's on the Harbinger right now. I have not upgraded these guys yet, the Marketeer tracking computers. They're on the list to get upgraded. But I did squirrel away 3 of those guys. What do I want to take out? For fun. I don't know. Really didn't have much planned after this. We got the weekend coming up. I'm actually going to be off for the next 4 days. And with being off, it's going to be for the holiday for Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday, and then we just have the weekend off like normal. So there's going to be a lot doing there. I still am going to try to put out videos. I may actually do some pre-recording tonight for those videos. I do know I want to do another story mission soon. I don't know if I want to do it in the Harbinger or if I want to do it in the Oracle, but I do know I will be putting out another story mission very soon. Also, I was given some advice to put out a video on kind of like the growth of lasers, like if you want to get started in lasers, what's your pathways, what do I believe, in my opinion, would be the best paths to take and ships to get into. And so I might be looking at putting something like that out. So there's definitely going to be a lot of good content coming out in the future. So if you do have any other ideas, go ahead and leave me a comment and I will read it and see what I can do about producing a video like that, or even if it's just something for a fit that you want to see tried out. I am always looking forward to trying new things. I do like the large NOS that we had on the other one. I know there's been some fits with uh, the group shield boosters or armor reppers that somebody's been talking to me about that I also want to look into doing. Um, for now though, I mean, let's give a little bit of combat too, I guess. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What do we have at our disposal right now? Wow. Just an array of 1,500 missions. Alright. Excellent. Oh, actually, abort. Oh, I hit the abort too late. So, pause. One of the things about actually doing these lower tier missions is trying to figure out, like, the ship that I'm using here, my Harbinger, has a pretty beefy tank on it, and it doesn't need this beefy of a tank. Not for this mission. So I could actually put some more damage on it. Maybe I don't have my other one on my Harbinger. Oh, it's just chilling. It was just sitting in inventory. So I can actually get this over 605 DPS cold just by removing one of the shields or the hardeners and going out like that. Now what's that going to do? It's going to make it less AFKable. Like, I have to pay more attention but I shouldn't have to pay that much more attention, and it should give a decent chunk to damage. So if this can kill
Warp drive
faster, which it definitely can, and I'm still relatively safe, why not do it? So basically you have to play around with your ship and try to figure out where your tank versus damage fall off is. Where is that fine line that I can stay within to increase the speeds and maximize the potential of my missions? If you're just trying to run mission after mission and get as much money as possible, get those storyline quests so you can actually go get those done. And you don't want to be sitting there and just full on turtle mode all the time, but you also don't want to be light enough to where you're taking too many risks. If you're just doing the farming, because how much are you paying attention to it? There's something to be said for having an extreme damage and just killing through sheer firepower. That can do the trick too, as long as you can keep yourself safe. Let's go ahead and activate this. Oh, I can't activate it while I'm warping. But we'll activate it and see where it actually puts our damage. We can do that ahead of time. Oh, one of the things I should be able to do is this. Okay. So still 60s almost across the board and all the resistances. So definitely not bad. Let's do it.
Warp drive active.
Is this ship cap stable? I don't remember. Yeah. Well, that was strange. Alright. Let's head in and light them up. Let's see where we're at. 788 DPS. I don't have to have that on, but might as well. Alright, so we're chewing through this MOA here. He will not last much longer. Then we'll move on to the next ship. That Drake is chunking me a bit more. We already got our load shields. I got 18 seconds left on the heat sink. Grab some loot, and moving on to the next target. You can sit right there. Let's activate the heat sink again. Okay. Let's actually orbit the loot, head back towards that guy. 2,381. I like this. I like the damage numbers being in there. Was it always like that? I knew they were supposed to make it more clear. Maybe it was always like that. it appears to be more noticeable to me. So I know that was one of the changes they were talking about as well. Now, they said they reduced the speed of the ships. I think in the story missions it was like not quite 20%, like 18% or 16% or something like that. And I wonder if that just means the micro warp drive ships or all the ships as a whole. I guess we could turn that off for the time being. Alright, next wave. Let's lock you up. Orbit. Lock you up. And lock you up. So we're going to orbit, fire, turn this on, and let's get our shield booster going because they are going to start laying into us. Zoom out a little bit. And let's take a look at what's happening. Let's hit you with the web. You seem to be going quite quickly. Can I hit you with just the web? Yeah, you're just fine. Alright, we are unable to leave currently. We're going to focus fire you. You already don't appear to be moving very fast. We'll hit you with the web anyway. Let's move in. Let's turn that off. That is mighty far away. And let's change up to you. Yeah, we don't need to fight you, Drake. Not yet. Let's take a look at some of our loot. Oh, we had a crash. Don't get too many crashes, that's for sure. But that's another reason why having tanky ships is a little bit better, in my opinion. This will give us a good opportunity to see what happens. Is it gonna just keep me in combat? I think they have a warp out mechanic as long as you're not scrammed.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Alright, back in combat. Let's turn that on. Orbit. Yeah, that one. Let's hit that again. Keep our damage up. $3,303. Not bad. 3,348. So really choose through the shields, that's for sure. Okay, so that was wave 1, wave 2. Next wave is going to have a bunch of frigates. Where are we? We're off 25. Let's grab a couple pieces of loot here. He's a bit outside of range. 21 km. We're at 32 off of it now. 33, we're getting further away from it. Okay. It's not bad. We're actually going to be able to see the ships now. $39, $40. Alright, so we're a good distance away. Let's see how fast these guys come in towards us. Still pretty quick, but I can definitely notice a difference. That guy's not even close. Huh. Well, that kind of seems a bit too easy if we only had one ship that was even doing anything. I would rather get you out. Alright. You're next. Oh, I gotta remember, I'm not too keen on using these damage amplifiers, basically. So I gotta remember to turn them on. Okay. Not too bad. And I guess we're on the Drake now, since the Mo is a bit further off. Salute that. Zoom out some here and take a look. Well, my hood ornament's not doing anything. Get him! Maybe it is doing something. Oh, it is. I thought it was circling around me. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, we have this back up. Let's take a look at the cosmic anomaly. Alright, so this MOA should go down pretty quick. Start moving out. This should be the last wave. Hard whiff. Direct hit. Let's pull out away from you. Actually, let's approach you. See if you can get rid of some of this. There we go. Let's approach you as well. Alright. I think everything is comfortable now. Actually, let's try to hit you. And then let's focus fire you, orbit, lock, lock, lock. Alright, everything is absolutely a-okay. The rest of this is just cleanup. So even this, we didn't really get too far down into the armor. I'm actually wondering if in these builds, this isn't even necessary for these lower tier missions. I might be able to put out more damage and go with less armor, since I'm never hitting the panic button at all. It's an idea. Let's take a look here. We're at 605. I imagine another one would probably put it up to 630 DPS. And it would let me keep the heat sinks running more for a longer period if I was going to run one at a time. Overall increasing the damage even more, which would help get these done a whole lot quicker. Yeah, because there's not really anything we have to worry about. It's the scariest part, and this is the last wave here with all the small frigates. And the small frigates locking you down and taking a ton of damage. But if you can handle them pretty quickly, you got nothing to worry about. That caracal is the wrong direction from the MOA. Okay. And so we've been trying to, well, what I've been trying to do is run the afterburner fully on this mission, never turn it off to see how the actual cap performance was going. That was another comment somebody had left me. They're like, hey, if you got the afterburner, might as well try it. They were talking about one of my other fits and one of my other ships, but I was like, you know what? It's supposed to be cap stable. Why don't I use it like it's cap stable? I'm always trying to just sit there. Now, 440 is not going to be speed tanking anything. But we were able to finish that mission. Now, another thing that I wanted to look at is the overall loot. "16 Caldari ship debris." Okay, so they did lower the amount of debris we're getting, and that is probably a good thing. Everyone had hundreds and thousands of these things, so they were everywhere. They're dropping way too much. So I am glad that that has been toned down a little bit. I mean, the whole thing, people are like, oh, we're going to be getting less loot. I mean, they really didn't sell for much anyway. Everybody was getting them. At least now if you're able to reprocess them and stuff like that, you might actually be able to get more money out of them. Or what you got might become worth more.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head on back now. So this was just a fun little video. I was going over everything. I hope you guys have a great holiday. If you would, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I hope you have a great, well, evening and holiday and all of that, because I'm very bad at the bye part. Alright, bye.